And they're off to race over 7 furlongs for the William Hill Lady Wulfruna Stakes. Capone was one of the slowest to come from the stalls. The well-backed favourite Belgian Bill in a white jacket is up there in the centre, with Libby's Dream towards the inside, racing handily, and Celtic Sultan, confirmed front runner, pressing on. And as they head off down the back, it's Celtic Sultan who strides on. From Clockmaker in a pale blue jacket, now occupying second, and then Libby's Dream. Belgian Bill is restrained back into fourth with Lock and Tanks wide. Rudel with an orange cap is up the running rail. El Shabakar meanwhile seeing plenty of daylight, the stripes on the cap. Back in the field then to Night Billy from Capone in a hoop sleeve jacket. Dubai Answer white cap weighted with, tracked through by Cochabamba, and Dock of the Bay is also held up. They leave the back straight, approaching the halfway point, and it's Celtic Sultan dictating terms here. From Clockmaker, Libby's Dream. Belgian Bill, the white jacket, close up in fourth, and then Rudel, who's ridden along from Lock and Tanks wide. Night Lily, red cap in the centre. Back to El Shabakar, still stuck out in the cheap seats from Capone, Dubai Answer, and Dock of the Bay. Turning their heads for home with a furlong and a half left to travel. Clockmaker just about in front from Celtic Sultan, away to the right. Now Belgian Bill down the centre is unleashed and is beginning to forge home, and it's Belgian Bill who's come to poke his nose in front from Clockmaker. Libby's Dream is running on gamely on the far side. Belgian Bill shifting across to the far rail. Libby's Dream with a thrust near the line, not much in it. Libby's Dream got up to beat Belgian Bill, with Clockmaker in third, followed home by Night Lily, and they trail back to Lock and Tanks and Dubai Answer. They're off to race over 7 furlongs. Duras jumped out okay for a wide berth, immediately crosses over in rear under Brett Doyle as they go through the first furlong of this William Hill handicap, and Forest Edge against the fence, blazing the early trail, kept company by the nose-banded Chapellery. At the other end of the field, Henry B is a little taken off his feet, a couple of lengths adrift. So off down the back straight they go to the end of a couple of furlongs. Forest Edge leading up here from Chapellery, the grey Adranian close up in third. Then Shamal, Nebras, Gabriel's Bounty between horses and a grey jacket. Favourite Switzerland, Maroon Silks, followed by Dara. Then Performing Pocket, the red and white, and Hannigan still nudging away on Henry B at the tail end of the field. Passing through the halfway point, they leave the back straight behind him, and course specialist Adranian has come to put his grey head in front here from Forest Edge, but Switzerland covering the move of the leader. Fanning now going off in pursuit of David Probert on Adranian, and these two will swing back towards home ahead of Forest Edge, Gabriel's Bounty. Dara, Brett Dorr, the striped cap white, Chapellery on the retreat from Performing Pocket. Adranian and Switzerland are pressing on, and they skip some 3 or 4 lengths clear, and Switzerland draws alongside Adranian, just gives him a bit of a nudge in the process, but Switzerland asserting now as they race down for the last 200 yards or so, and Switzerland is fairly powering clear of Adranian. Shamal Nebras is running on in behind with Gabriel's Bounty, but as a contest this is all over. Switzerland wins, another for Fanning. Close for second between Gabriel's Bounty and the running on Shamal Nebras. Adranian was next, and then Dara, Performing Pocket, Chapellery, Henry B and Forest Edge.
First, number 1, Switzerland, and a photo finish for second place. First, number 1, and a photo finish for second place. Here is the outcome of the photo finish for second place. The second horse was number 7, third, number 2, and fourth, number 4.
They're off for the William Hill Lincoln Trial. Final drive was one of the slowest to come from the stalls. Amatola, the yellow cap, broke well and is the first to show up. Naz Reef, red cap, crossing over from a wide berth, and Tarouk in the mauve silks taking a keen grip. Hannigan anxious to get him settled as they go into the first turn. It's Amatola who leads from Naz Reef. Then Kingscroft in a grey jacket. Tarouk still taking quite a pull in fourth place. Wider out the pink jacket of Licence to Till. Light from Mars, the grey tracks the leaders from Prime Exhibit, the noseband, Loyalty, the pale sleeves. Then back to the Titchborn, Rev de Nuit, also nosebanded, is wide of Pintura, the blue cap. Mia's Boy settling back against the running rail, and a couple of lengths to final drive. Down the back straight they go to the end of half a mile, and it's Amatola who leads the Lincoln Trial field. From Naz Reef, Kingscroft, Tarouk, Mauve Silks close up in fourth. Licence to Till is wider out from Light from Mars, then Prime Exhibit. Couple lengths the Titchborn in the green and yellow, shadowing Loyalty. Then back to Pintura, Rev de Nuit, Mia's Boy in an orange jacket, and final drive is still at the tail. They leave the back straight behind them, approaching the final 3 furlongs. Amatola has made all so far, trying to shake off the attentions of Naz Reef. Then Kingscroft from Tarouk, Licence to Till driven along. Prime Exhibit, the noseband circling the field. The grey Light from Mars poking up on the inner. And then the Titchborn, Loyalty, has got about 5 lengths to make up. So heads turn for home, racing in inside the 2. Nazreef challenging Amitola. Prime Exhibit, third in the race last year, thundering down the centre. Then Kingscroft, Taruk, Light from Mars, Mia's Boy and Loyalty the far side. Down to the furlong they come. Nazreef's got his blinkered head narrowly in front, but Kingscroft with a surge. Prime Exhibit, Mia's Boy flying home on the far side. Shadows of the poster looming. Mia's Boy, Kingscroft, Nazreef, nothing in it. Nose down, Nazreef alongside Kingscroft. They went past as one with Mia's Boy on the far side, then Taruk, followed home by Prime Exhibit, Amitola, and they go right back to the Titchworn, who was last of all.
Photo finish, photo finish. Here is the outcome of the photo finish for first place. First, number 9, Nazreef. Second, number 13. Third, number 1. And the fourth placed horse, number 8.
And they're off to race over the extended mile, and Drop Zone was very slow. Green from the stalls, chased along Red Jacket in rear early with Intercarl. And one of the first to show up, Valiant B, against the fence, who went freely down to the start and pulls hard in the race into the first turn, giving a lead to Navajo Spirit, the black and yellow. Star for Life is handy, but unbalanced going into the bend. Master Parks in a pale jacket tracking the leading 3. Lullaby with a green cap is wider out, and then Devote Myself, the maroon and yellow stars. Tane with a white cap follows next, shadowed by the nose-banded Legendary. And then back to Drop Zone, who races wide of Intercarl as they head off down the back straight and towards the end of 3.5 furlongs. And on the sharp end, it's Valiant B by a couple of lengths here from Navajo Spirit, Star for Life. Then Lullaby, who races out wide, close up in 4th place, followed by Master Parks, Devote Myself, the yellow cap. The nose-banded Legendary is next from Tane, and Intercarl and Drop Zone still disputing last position. They leave the half mile behind them, going into the next turn. Valiant B and Adam Kirby, a length and a half up, stalked by Navajo Spirit against the fence. Star for Life in the centre and Lullaby wide. Devote Myself is poised just in behind the leaders as they pass the 3. Then Master Parks from Legendary. Tane bumped along against the running rail. He's working hard on Drop Zone. Quealy nudging away at the tail with Intercarl as they swing inside the final quarter of a mile. Valiant B has made all so far, but Devote Myself angled out, comes with a sweeping move and grabs the lead, followed through by Legendary, the noseband, then Star for Life, Master Parks, the spotted cap running on. Devote Myself challenged by Legendary, who's fairly thundering down the outside, and Legendary picks it up inside the last and goes a couple of lengths clear. Devote Myself is chasing. We had Fanning in the winner's enclosure earlier on. It's one back for Morris as Legendary storms away to win from Devote Myself, and a bob for third involving Navajo Spirit, Tane, Star for Life and Master Parks, then Drop Zone, Intercarl, Valiant B and Lullaby.
First, number 7, Legendary. Second, number 10, a photo finish for third place. First, number 7, second, number 10, and a photo finish for third place. Here is the outcome of the photo finish for third place. The third horse was number 5 and fourth, number 9.
They're off to race over 5 furlongs. Captain Scooby a little sluggish from the stalls, and Still Cut, the orange jacket, taking a pull as they jumped in this William Hill Classified Claiming Stakes. Out wide, the nose-banded Ice Trooper, the first to show up, beginning to track over. Super Cal against the fence decider, the red headgear. Then Angelo Poliziano in a pale blue jacket, followed through by Steel Cut, and Captain Scooby outpaced some 3 or 4 lengths adrift. Round towards halfway they come, led by Ice Trooper and Tom Eves from Decider, who's wide of Super Cal. Steel Cut edging up to dispute fourth with Angelo Poliziano wide, and then Captain Scooby heading inside the final quarter mile. They turn back towards home. Ice Trooper trying to fend them off. Super Cal away to the right. Steel Cut in behind, looking for a bit of daylight, but rather hemmed in by Decider. Angelo Poliziano down the centre running on. Now Steel Cut gets the split, begins to charge home, grabs the lead deep inside the last from Super Cal and Angelo Poliziano, and Steel Cut drawing away, wins here again. Steel Cut from Captain Scooby running on late, then Super Cal, Angelo Poliziano, Decider and Ice Trooper. And they're off, racing over 6 furlongs. Dubai Dynamo and Mass Rally were a little slow to a break from the stalls. Not so Courageous, who's taken a couple of lengths out of the field through the first furlong. Chased by Waylay in a dark green jacket. Fratellino, the noseband, poking up on the inner of Matt Gilliowen. And then Alben Star with the bright green cap, who takes a tug just behind them, racing alongside Colonel Matt Crown Choice in a striped sleeve jacket. Then Wolfall Sovereign as they head to the end of a couple of furlongs. Break of a couple of lengths to 5 Star Junior, the black and orange. Orange, and then Piscean from Mass Rally Sugar Beat, and Dubai Dynamo is racing around at the tail. They're well stretched out here as they head to halfway, and it's Courageous who leads by a length and a half from Waylay sitting on the inside of Matt Gilly-Owen. Fratellino driven along, Colonel Mac Pink Sleeves just hemming in Albenstar. Then Wolful Sovereign back in the midfield to Crown Choice as they turn their heads for home with a furlong and a half left to go. Courageous trading blows with Waylay. Albenstar now giving chase a couple lengths to make up. Away to the left, Piscean flying home from the rear. Waylay has hit the front here from Courageous. Albenstar the finisher on the far side. Piscean is back in fourth. Waylay, Albenstar with a thrust on the far side. Driving hard near the line. Waylay and Albenstar, nothing in it. They flash past together with Courageous right behind them in third. Then Dubai Dynamo, Piscean, Fratellino right back to Colonel Mac, and Matt Gilly-Owen goes to the judge.
Photo finish, photo finish. Here is the outcome of the photo finish for first place. First, number 4, Albenstar. Second, number 5. Third, number 12. And the fourth placed horse, number 8.
And they're off for the William Hill Home of Betting handicap over 1 mile and 6. And the short price favourite, the hat-trick seeking Chabada. First to show up in the grey silks of Marwan Kukash, giving a lead to the 10-year-old Halassan on the far side. Steady pace though, attract by Where's Susie nearest the fence, working across to Maison Brûlée in the cheek pieces. The Lockmaster with a noseband wider out, tracked by Arizona John in the black and red, and then back to Cotton King, a yellow cap, and in rear Action Front in the red and green as they rather meander their way to the end of the back straight first time. So Chabada dictating here the filly under Jimmy Fortune from Halassan Where's Susie. The Lockmaster Keen wide of Maison Brûlée, the red, white and blue. And then back to Arizona John, Cotton King, and finally Action Front. Heading to the top of the home straight on the first occasion, and Chabada by a couple of lengths, and the others in no hurry in behind are Halassan tracking. The Lockmaster tugging his way up into third, just ahead of Where's Susie. And then Maison Brûlée, followed by Arizona John against the running rail, rather throwing his head around. Cotton King in the dark headgear, and Action Front with jockey Martin Lane chasing a Dunstall Park double in last place. The other end of the field, Chabada still leading from Halassan. The Lockmaster on the near side of Where's Susie. There goes Maison Brûlée from Arizona John, Cotton King, and still at the tail, Action Front. So embarking on one further circuit of the polytrack, they pass through the halfway point, and Chabada has been allowed to do her own thing out in front. She just pricks her ears and has a little bit of a look around as they head to the far side, but she's 2 lengths up on Halassan. Where's Susie racing against the fence, the Lockmaster wider out. Then Arizona John sneaking up on the inside of Maison Brûlée, couple of lengths to Cotton King, and finally Action Front. So Chabada just upping the ante a little, stretching on by a shade over 2 lengths now as they pass the 5. Halassan chasing from Where's Susie a half length to the Lockmaster. Maison Brûlée wide of Arizona John, 2 lengths away to Cotton King, and Action Front is still yet to pass a rival. They're heading now for the final half mile. Fortune steals a peek in behind aboard Chabada. He'll see that Halassan in the hands of the champ Paul Hannigan chasing. They go to the turn. Where's Susie nudged along on the inside, working across to the Lockmaster. Maison Brûlée angled out. Then Arizona John from Cotton King and a length and a half to Action Front. Leaving the 3 marker behind them, Chabada trying to draw the finishing sting from her rivals. She leads still by 2 lengths. Halassan driven in pursuit. Maison Brûlée around the field from the Lockmaster. Where's Susie? Arizona John is best of the rest as they head to the top of the straight. A furlong and a half to go. Fortune now shakes the reins at Chabada. Asks her to stretch, asks her to go and win a race. Halassan is still chasing from Where's Susie and Maison Brûlée. Passing the furlong pole, Chabada 3 lengths clear. The 10-year-old Halassan is still giving game chase, but Chabada is on an upward curve. She's made all, dictated under a good ride from Fortune, and Chabada completes the hat-trick from Halassan. It was very close for third with Cotton King running on the outside of Where's Susie. Then the Lockmaster, Arizona John, Action Front, and Maison Brûlée.
First, number 4, Chabada. Second, number 1, and a photo finish for third place. First, number 4, second, number 1, and a photo finish for third place. Here is the outcome of the photo finish for third place. The third placed horse was number 3, and fourth, number 6.